So I'm working on progressive supranuclear palsy, corticobasal degeneration, and Alzheimer's disease. And nowadays we are lacking tools to really detect earlier these pathologies. Unfortunately, the diagnosis is made on post-mortem using antibodies with a very accurate neuropathology analysis. And in our group we're working with PET tracers, and we're trying to characterize these PET tracers targeting different hallmarks such as tau pathology, but also reactive astrogliosis, and which is also linked with tau and astrocytes are linked in what's called glial tau pathology. So we are trying to characterize this PET tracers in these different pathologies to have their properties in different brain regions and in different diseases, to be able to use them as early as possible in clinic in the future. So we use tau PET tracers. We have been working with MK6240, PI 2620, and with reactive astrogliosis tracers such as deprenyl, but also BU99008. And now we extended our studies using dopaminergic tracers such as raclopride, and which is dopamine receptor tracer, and also dopamine transporter FEPE2I, and we are trying to detect if these tracers are binding with high specificity in these different pathologies. We found that PI 2620 was accurately differentiating between Alzheimer's pathology versus primary tauopathies. However, among these primary tauopathies, the distinction between CBD pathology and PSP pathology with PI 2620 might be a little bit challenging because of a high inter-individual variability. However, it seems that reactive astrogliosis PET tracers might be of interest to detect a high level of reactive astrogliosis. We found that these two tracers bind with high specificity to CBD, PSP, but also Alzheimer's pathology. And we also found that this tracer had multiple binding sites. However, for each of the tracer, one main site with high affinity seemed to be of interest, with high affinity in the nanomolar range. And we are now investigating the dopaminergic impairment in this pathology, so we are still trying to characterize the binding properties of these dopamine tracers.